Hello and welcome to the first episode of our Cultivating Healthy and Vibrant Workplaces. By way of introduction, I am Lisa Kelly and I am President and Founder of the Workplace Wellness Center of Excellence and the Director of the Workplace Wellness Certification Series and our Executive Wellness Leadership Programs. So joining me today is Dr. Jonas Eyford of Recharge Wellness. And Dr. Eyford is the director, hello Jonas, of Recharge Wellness, a company. He's really unique thing happening here. He has a company running 31 corporate clinics across Canada. So we're coming to you from Canada. And he serves as a corporate wellness strategy consultant for many of the companies hosting his Recharge stations. So I'm really interested. I know nothing about his background or his company. We just met now, and I'm really looking forward to learning more about him. So today, Jonas and I will be discussing strategies for cultivating healthy and vibrant workplaces, as well as talking about his own success strategies as a corporate wellness provider. So welcome, Jonas, and it's so great to share you're our first guest in our Cultivating Healthy and Vibrant Workplaces episode, series and episode with you.
Thanks so much,
welcome.
Lisa.
Yeah, welcome.
It's an honor to be a part of your series.
Oh, well, I'm so glad. And as I'll share in the end, you're actually going to do another segment with me just following this recording. So we'll have lots of time together and get to know each other throughout this series and throughout these recordings. So to begin, how about you share a little bit about yourself and why and how you got into corporate wellness as maybe opposed to just staying exclusively within a clinic setting?
I'd be happy to share. The best way to share the essence of my story moving from clinical work into corporate wellness work was the angst that I felt not being able to help people as much as I knew was possible. When I was working as a clinician, it's great. It's very tactile. It's very intimate. You get to work really hands-on with people. You get to see the difference you make in their lives. But it is inherently limited in what you're able to do. And what I recognized often was that the real transformations that needed to happen in people's lives for their health to truly turn around had to happen outside of the clinic that I was working, and it had to happen in their lives, in their offices, because that's typically where people spend the most time. And so I grew this desire to figure out how to transform people's environments and help them transform their perspectives in how they interact with their environments. And that naturally drew me to the prospect of applying our knowledge and skills to try to uplift people's lives in corporate wellness.
Right, excellent. So are you a full service corporate wellness provider, or do you niche market your services to employers in any way?
The latter. So I like to collaborate with other consultants and experts and providers, doing all sorts of services and softwares, but I've become very niche, providing exclusively on-site services to companies. And that's our specialty.
Right, great. And so what advice might you offer? As you know, we train and certify a lot of wellness professionals to become corporate wellness consultants. And so what advice might you offer corporate wellness consultants in terms of niche marketing their own services to organizations, based on your experience?
I like that question because I had a really hard time when I first decided I wanted to get into corporate wellness. I had a really hard time getting into it, getting any traction, getting any attention, any business. I knew enough to make a difference, and I knew that, but I didn't know how to sell myself and market my services. And what I've learned is that, let me put it this way, it's a nice way to think about it. If it's about the elevator pitch, right? If you meet somebody in an event, a conference, or any other context, and then they go, and they're the HR manager, they go visit with their VP the following day, right, and they mention you. And the VP says, "Oh yeah, we want to do some wellness stuff. What do you have for us?" And that HR manager you met the previous day would say, "Well, I just met Jonas. He does what." You need to be so incredibly clear that when someone is partly listening to you, they can recall very clearly with the essence of what you do and how you do it and what the value is. So your elevator pitch has to be very good. And I think that's why we niche. That's why it's effective when we do, is that we become associated with specific things. And you can always grow from there. You get in the door with a group, with a company, with a contract, and then you can prove yourself and provide more breadth of services after that. But the marketing value of being niche is great.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So, sort of a continuation of that question for the benefit of our viewers and our program graduates, who maybe, some of them are independent consultants, what relationship building tips might you offer for cultivating like a strong network of employer clients?
Also a very good question. That's the essence of a consultant's business growth. I think it's multifactorial. You need to be good at what you do, and to be good at what you do, you need to be passionate about what you do.
Right.
So do the introspective work, figure out what's driving you, and zoom in and start working from there. Once you're truly passionate about something, the work happens on its own. You end up learning all you need to learn. You end up getting good at what you're doing.
Right.
So that's part of it. I know that's not a real practical answer, but being passionate will drive you to be talking about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And that will lead to organic connections. I found in my limited experience that the majority, or truly a majority of the business opportunities that have come about for me, especially the really special ones, have come about organically in a social setting.
Right.
Social setting where I'm just sharing what I love talking about, what I'm doing. And the enthusiasm is perceived. People recognize that, and they see the opportunities. So just introducing the passion into what you're doing is one way. And then cultivating relationships with the people you're working on to that end. So once you do have some work, really leveraging assuming you're doing good work, really leveraging the relationships you have built. You've earned the trust and the respect of a company, of an individual representative of a company. Ask for their support. You can do that. And oftentimes getting past that shyness of asking people for a referral, a recommendation, or help or suggestions is something that's really valuable to do.
Right. Absolutely. I think, the questions are very, very nicely sequenced, I think, because the next question is, who do you liaise with in organizations? And you just mentioned that about asking for referrals. So is it HR, workplace wellness coordinators, benefit directors, the insurance providers? Who do you really focus in on your networking?
In my context, almost exclusively people and culture managers.
Okay.
Which is millennial for HR. It's
right.
It's seems to be what all the tech companies are calling their HR, and it does reflect something meaningful in my experience. It is reflective of a more direct and intent focus on wellness and the investment from the organization's perspective in wellness. I also deal with generally, I start by getting the support of the primary leaders, whether that's a manager, a VP, or a CEO. I find that without getting that first, it's difficult to empower the HR team to make decisions.
Yeah, and can I just stop you there? Like, how do you make that connection? Because that's the proverbial question from all of my graduates, right? How, and I have my answer, but I'd love to hear from you of how you make that connection with those senior level leaders.
So, referring back to my previous answer, it's actually been social. I'll admit I failed quite miserably across the board in my conventional marketing efforts when I launched my business several years ago. I never found success of any measure in, great Google AdWords campaigns and LinkedIn promotional campaigns and mail outs and conference talks, even exhibiting at conferences, you name it. No. I invested a lot, and it was just for me. I'm not saying across the board, this is my judgment, but for me, it was very, the leads that it did bring me were very poor, not very qualified. What has worked truly is crystallizing my value proposition and sharing that.
Good.
I made a point of closing my laptop and saying, I'm not going to struggle trying to promote my business and grow my business from behind the screen. I'm going to make appointments. purely social appointments with no expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I know this person, I know this person, I know this person. I'm just setting up coffee. And that's it. I stopped. I didn't want to grow expectations. But what happened is I would go, I would talk to them. They would give me ideas, give me feedback. It would help crystallize even further. And then, oh, you know what, Jonas? My cousin's the CEO of this company and they're looking to do something similar. And the
Absolutely.
better I was able to articulate the value of what I was doing, the more that happened. And they would say, let me put you in touch. And then what happens is you have the most powerful sales force working in your favor without paying a penny.
I love
So crystallizing, just being social, closing my laptop and getting out in the world was the best thing I ever did for my
I
company.
often say that to our graduates, you have to get out into the community, right? And I find that those of our graduates who really excel in this field as consultants or whomever, they're out doing the networking, they're out joining chambers of commerce, they're out doing the HR networking events, right? Yeah, or just women's networking events, whatever the case may be. But I love that you bring that to this, to our interview. Now, you have something interesting as well, is that you share, can you share about your billing process? As I believe your setup may be a little bit different than maybe some other, corporate wellness providers, right?
Yes, quite different. I wanted to do something unique. I wanted to provide value, and I was shy about, in the early stages of my company, I was shy about charging a lot of money. So that the combination of those three factors led me to innovate, I suppose, a solution where we provide, we build up a space in a company office on the house.
Right.
And the services we provide are special services. So I do unique training for my practitioners. And then we bill directly to the insurers. So the health benefits providers get claims from us for the services provided. So we're using the benefits of the people, but we're taking care of the whole thing. They don't pay anything. They don't have any co-pays. They don't, all they do is give us permission and give us their billing, their insurance policy number, and we take care of everything. And employees have benefits and rarely have time to use them. They want to take care of themselves. They want to feel better, but they don't take initiative oftentimes because they don't need to or don't have time to. And so I bridge the gap. I bring the providers, train them specially, create the space, make it super easy for them to book in online. They just walk over from their desk and get the treatments that make them feel great. And the billing is also nice because we don't have to charge the company anything. So even companies without budgets can really take advantage of our offering.
Yeah, so maybe, I'm not sure if we covered this. My apologies if we already did, but I'm just trying to recollect. Did you share with our viewers the exact nature of the services you're providing and the breadth of the services? Maybe you can just speak to that, because we're talking a lot about the services, and I'm not sure we really got into too much of the exact nature of your service.
A good point. Thanks for asking. Basically, chiropractic, massage, and physiotherapy. So I have brought in a whole spectrum of other practitioners, from psychotherapists to nutritionists, dietitians, acupuncturists in the past, but our core three are basically musculoskeletal, taking care of your body.
Right.
So chiro, massage, physio. Now, we do a unique brand of that. So it's not conventional pain-based physio and chiro. It's uplifting, good for everybody, safe to use, feel great afterwards type of treatments that we've designed.
Do you go in and just do the chair massage too? Do you offer that service?
Not quite, because we do, we find that chair massage is good, but for short increments. So we do full table massage, 30 minutes, 60 minutes. And generally people like that better than the chair massage. Chair massage is great, but for shorter increments.
Absolutely. I'm going for my massage tomorrow and I can't wait.
Wonderful.
So here's a question now posed by one of our Facebook group members. And she said, what, in your opinion, are the attributes or factors to your overall success as a corporate wellness provider? Now, you may have touched on that, but is there anything else that you can think of to add to that? So again, I'll just ask you, so what, in your opinion, are the key attributes or factors to your overall success as a corporate wellness provider?
That's a great question. I would love to give two answers.
Sure.
The short answer is I'm delivering value to the clients, both the customers, the patients, the staff, and to the managers of the company. They're looking for services that are going to make them better employers, treat their staff well, take care of their staff. I'm giving them that. and for $0. So I'm providing value to them. The other thing is we make everybody feel better after their treatment so that the patients love it. So we're providing value. Now, that's the short answer. The longer answer is a story. When I was first starting out as a very enthusiastic corporate wellness consultant, trying to get my foot in the door anywhere and everywhere, I was struggling to get into substantial businesses, and my uncle worked at a very large business as the vice president. And so after I'd taken all my WellCoa training courses and gotten, a little bit of strategy under my belt, I approached him and I said, hey, you can pull some strings, right? Get me into your company, bring me on as the wellness consultant. And he's a very kind man, but he was very direct with me. And he said, until you can prove the ROI of what you're offering, I have no interest, and I won't pass it on to the president.
Wow.
And because he did it tactfully, I wasn't upset, but it set me back, and it sort of paused me and forced me to really do two things. One, reflect a lot on the value I'm providing, and two, do a lot of research.
Right.
What happened after that was, turns out I did a lot of research and approved the ROI extensively in a lot of different angles. And then I got over it, and I realized the people who need me to prove the ROI are not the people who are ready to be working with innovative wellness solutions. And so it actually ended up not being the way I go about approaching business. But the point of sharing that story was that I had to really isolate my value proposition. I had to really, really be clear on what's in it for them.
Yeah.
That's an important question to answer ruthlessly, not soft, not kind of vague. Really, what are we doing for them? Right. And in my case, it's I'm making your staff feel amazing, and I'm doing it, all the details taken care of, for absolutely no cost. Right. That's the value I'm providing right now.
Wow, it's a win-win for sure. So thank you so much. Is there anything else that you might like to share with our viewers regarding your programs and services and how they can connect with you?
Well, people are welcome to connect with me for whatever is of interest to them. I love talking about this stuff, which is why we're talking about it now. So people are welcome to get in touch with me on LinkedIn, email, whatever suits them.
Right. Absolutely. And is there an email or a website? Would you like to share that with our viewers?
Sure. The website is rechargeme.ca.
Okay, I love it.
And Recharge Wellness Stations on LinkedIn, or Recharge Wellness.
And then by way of email, how might they get a hold of you?
That's jonas@rechargeme.ca.
Okay, perfect. So thank you so much, Jonas. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we conclude?
No, I think that's it. Thanks, Lisa.
Okay, well, as we wrap up this first episode of our Cultivating Healthy and Vibrant Workplaces, I want to thank you so much, Jonas, for joining me today in our first episode. And I'm sure our viewers will find immense value in your insights and recommendations. And again, if you want to reach out to Jonas, as he said, I believe it's jonas@rechargeme.ca. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Alrighty. So to you, our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in and watching our first segment. And if you are a wellness enthusiast or a wellness professional interested in becoming certified in corporate wellness for dynamic career opportunities and growth, or maybe you're a corporate wellness specialist looking to advance your skills and your career options, I invite you to check out our website at workplacewellnesscoe.com to explore our Workplace Wellness Certification Series and our new Executive Wellness Coaching Internship that we're going to be commencing this September in 2019. So if interested in learning more about our programs, you can certainly email me at info@workplacewellnesscoe.com to receive our program videos and to schedule a free consult with me to discuss your career interests and suitability for our programs. So also, if you enjoyed this first segment of our series, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, it's Workplace Wellness Center of Excellence, to catch our future episodes. So until we meet again, my friends, I wish you the very best health and happiness, and bye for now. Take care. Thanks again, Jonas.
Thank you, Lisa.